Hi everyone! Welcome back to our channel. I am Teacher Ads and I will be your guide in understanding the RPMS PTSD. So, ayan, nakalagay po, what documents do I need? So, ano nga ba ang mga documents na kailangan nating ilagay sa loob ng ating portfolio? So, malalaman po natin ito sa ating session. Minsan kasi, nalilito pa, ano ba talaga yung mga dapat na nandun sa loob? Minsan, ang daming nakalagay. Pati yung hindi kailangan nandun. So, what do we really need? If it is not important, if it doesn't count, and if it is not rated based on our RPMS 2, then why are we going to include it in our portfolio? So we have to remove it from the portfolio and submit only those which are needed. Okay, so let us try to see what are the needed documents for us to submit our portfolio and for our raters to easily rate them. And this will be for the proficient teachers. Okay, so let us see what the portfolio of the proficient teachers contains. Okay, so let's see. Let us start. Okay, as I was telling you, we will be dealing with the RPMS objectives for proficient teachers. We will start with the cover page up to the last objective in the proficient teachers tool. Okay, up to the plus factor. So let us see kung ano yung mga nilalaman ng mga documents na yan or ng mga objectives na yan. Ano ba yung mga attachment na kailangan natin? Okay, so let us start with the cover page. Natatandaan niyo po yung cover page ni teacher na may daladalang box. Ang cover page niya ay isa pa siyang model. Okay, so isa siyang modelo doon sa kanyang cover page. Katulad ng nabanggit ko, wala naman pong pumipigil kay teacher na gawin yung gusto niyang gawin. Katulad nun, gusto niyang maglagay ng cover page na nandun yung picture niya. Wala pong problema doon. But I would like to reiterate that it is neither required nor rated. Kung hindi naman siya required at hindi naman rated, bakit ako mag-aaksaya ng ink ko para lang ilagay as cover page? But not all teachers are like me. There are teachers who really love to design. Okay, it makes them feel better. So, if it makes them feel better, bakit ko yun pipigilan, di ba? So, basta, nandyan lang po yung mga importanteng mga details na kailangan nakalagay sa ating cover page. So, nandyan po yung logo ng school, DepEd, tapos yung heading, tapos nakalagay lang po ay Results-Based Performance Management System or RPMS Portfolio for school year. So we will change that, of course. It should be 2019 to 2020. Then you have your name, your position, and then the name of your school head, or the principal, the name of the approving authority, if it is for the small school, okay? If you belong to a bigger school and you have a master teacher or a head teacher in your school, then it should be your name, your position, and then your master teacher or head teacher, and then the approving authority is the school head or the principal. Okay? So, ganun po yun. Sa akin, ang ilalagay ko dyan ay pangalan ko, position ko, pangalan ng master teacher ko, pangalan ng approving authority who is the principal. We must remember to keep the cover page simple. Okay? So, hindi kailangan ng sobrang bongga ng pagkaka-print. Hindi kailangan yon. Pero, if it makes you feel good, then go ahead. Okay, okay lang po iyon. But it is not required. You may also use tabs to mark the pages by KRA or by objective, like the one that you see on the side. Yung nakalagay KRA 1, objective 1, 2, 3, KRA 2, 4, 5, 6, ganon. So, pwede nyo pong gamitan ng tabbings for easy location of the document. Okay? So, let us move on to the next one, and that is KRA 1. Okay? Dito sa KRA 1, hindi na rin kailangan ng sobrang mabulaklak. Yung iba po kasi, gumagastos pa ng nag-order pa. Tapos, insert na lang daw, ilalagay sa clear book. Actually, yung clear book, hindi siya recommended for the documents. Kasi po, halimbawa, yung KRA 1, di nakalagay po yun sa loob ng clear book. Tapos, yung documents nyo po, ilalagay nyo rin doon sa loob ng clear book. Kapag ka po nandun yung documents nyo sa loob ng clear book, kapag ka magre-rate na si rater, nakatago sa loob ng plastic sa page ng clear book yung inyong document. So, para po maiwasan yon, dapat lang siya, hindi siya nakalagay sa clear book. Mas preferred po talaga na nakabind lang siya. Mas madaling makita yung mga i-rate na documents. Okay? So, when you have your KRA 1 cover, you just need to write KRA 1, Content, Knowledge, and Pedagogy, and then use the tab. Okay? For KRA 1. Ganun lang po kadali. Hindi po kailangang makulay na makulay. Okay? Pero kung gusto nyo po at masaya sa loob ninyo na makulay siya, wala rin pong problema. Okay? But, again, it is not required. Okay? Next. After KRA 1 is Objective 1, Applied Knowledge of Content within and across curriculum teaching areas. So, kung yan na po yung kasunod, syempre, may mga attachment yan. Okay? Nagkalito-lito po tayo doon sa ating means of verification noong unang taon. Yun yung dahilan kung bakit si teacher ay may daladalang karton at kung saan-saan nakarating na ng Mars at kung saan-saan pa. Daladala yung kanyang karton na pagkalaki-laki. Pero, ang problema, hindi tama yung mga documents na daladala niya. Kaya, naging ganun kalaki yung kanyang MOV box. Nagkaroon kasi ng kalituhan dito sa part na ito. Ito pong nasa screen natin, ito po yung ating RPMS tool. Makikita po dyan yung objective, MOV, and then how to rate doon sa ating QENT. So, for objective 1, wala po tayong timeliness. Pero, dito sa ating MOV, sa means of verification, kung na-download nyo po yung revised tool natin, nakikita na po natin na meron ng main MOV at supporting MOV. Kasi po, yung sa unang labas, nakalagay lang po dyan, number 1, lesson plan, number 2, instructional material. So, nalito si teacher. Akala niya, lahat ng nakasulat ay gagawin niya or ipapasa niya. So, ang dami-daming pinasa ni teacher. Pero, kung titingnan naman po dyan, talaga pong ang nakasulat dyan, kahit dati pa po, hindi pa nire-revise yan, anyone lang talaga yung kailangan natin. So, sa supporting MOV, it should be anyone used during observation that highlights the objective 1. Okay? So, lakihan natin itong supporting MOV. So, meron dyan lesson plan, instructional material, performance task, test material, activity sheet, and others. Pipili lang po kayo ng isa. Ako po, usually, kapag para sa class observation, yung aking lesson plan ay kinukumpleto ko po. Yung talagang detailed, kung ano yung ine-expect ko talaga nakasulat doon para by the time na magpapasa na ako ng aking portfolio, nakalagay doon at madali kong mahahanap, madali kong i-highlight yung part na nagsusupport sa Objective 1. Okay? So, isa lang po dyan. Paano teacher ads kung ang meron ka instructional material? Ipinapasok ko na rin po sa LP kung ano yung instructional material na ginamit ko. Pinapasok ko na rin sa performance, yung performance task na pinagawa ko. Ipinapasok ko na rin yung test material sa mismong lesson plan na kasulat na. Para pagka mag-a-attach ako, kahit lesson plan yung naka-attach ko, nandun na yung mga pwede kong i-highlight para doon sa magpapakita ng Objective 1. Okay? So, teacher ads, ibig sabihin ba lahat ng mga lesson plans ay naka-attach sa lahat ng mga objectives na nangangailangan nito? Okay. Pwede pong ganon. Pwede pong naka-attach yun. Pero, pwede rin naman na sa Objective 1, ang suggestion ko lang naman po, sa Objective 1, nandun po yung buong lesson plan ninyo. And then, for the succeeding objectives, which are also classroom observable, you can use the page of the lesson plan which supports or which addresses the objective, the succeeding objectives that we will discuss later. Okay? So, ngayon, ito, pwedeng ang isama ko lang, kasi sa efficiency, ang nakalagay lang naman po ay submitted 4 main MOV, each with any one of the supporting MOV. Ang i-attach ko lang po ay ang aking rating sheet, kasi yun yung kailangan ko. Ang aking rating sheet at inter-observer agreement form. Kung 4 na beses, 4 na rating sheet or inter-observer agreement form po ang gagamitin ko. Teacher ads, bakit may or pa dyan? Kasi yung rating sheet, kapag isa yung nag-observe sa atin, rating sheet lang po yung kailangan natin. Kapag ka po ang nag-observe sa atin ay 2 or more observers, then we will be given the inter-observer agreement form. Yung mga rating sheets nung mga teachers or mga raters na mga observers natin ay hindi na nila sa atin ibibigay. Ang ibibigay na lang sa atin nila ay yung isang paper, then inter-observer agreement form, na nandun na po yung final rating natin na pinag-agreehan na nila. Okay? And then, I will attach lesson plans, 4 lesson plans din. May mga nagtatang, teacher ads, pwede ba na yung lesson plan na i-attach ko ay lesson plan na hindi ko ginamit sa observation, pero nagpapakita ng Objective 1? Hindi po yun pwede. Okay? Kasi po, ang sabi ay applied na, ang sabi dun sa ating efficiency ay submitted 4 main MOV, each with any one of the supporting MOV. And by supporting MOV, it should be any one used during observation. Okay? So, dapat, yung kung ano yung lesson plan na naka-attach natin, ay iyon din yung lesson plan na ginamit natin during observation. Okay? So, ganun po iyon. Teacher ads, paano kapag 3 lang yung meron ako? E di 3 rating sheet or inter-observer agreement form at 3 din pong lesson plan. Okay? Basta, siguraduhin natin na yung inattach natin doon ay may application ng knowledge of content within and across curriculum teaching areas. Okay? Kasi, kung hindi natin siya ma-highlight sa lesson plan, ay baka wala. Teacher, meron na mga rating pero bakit ganon? May rating, pero bakit wala? So, dapat, baka meron kang naipakita na others. Kung others yung ipapakita mo, dapat naka-annotate yon. Paano mo ipinakita ang Objective 1? Meron po tayong video on annotation and you may use it. You may refer to it to create or to write your annotation. Okay? Next, okay, we will be moving on to objective number 2. Used a range of teaching strategies that enhance learner achievement in literacy and numeracy skills. Katulad po ng sinabi ko sa inyo, yung aking ipinapasa ay yung rating sheet lang at yung lesson plan. Binabago ko lang yung hina-highlight ko. Teacher ads, ibig sabihin pinapa-photocopy mo yung iyong rating sheet ng maraming beses. Yes po. Pinapa-photocopy ko po siya ng 7 times. Unless, may mga objectives kasi na hindi kailangan ng 4 na copies and we will know that later. Okay, so for objective 2, I will also attach the rating sheet or inter-observer agreement form and the lesson plan. Of course, in the lesson plan, hindi na kailangan na buong lesson plan. Kung saan na lang yung page na nagha-highlight ng aking pag-address ng Objective 2, yun na lang po yung aking isasama. na page. At least, kung gusto ni rater na, gusto ko makita yung buong lesson plan mo para malaman ko kung talaga bang nag-a-address ito ng Objective 2. Kung ganun po yung gagawin ni rater, I can always refer him or her back to Objective 1 kasi nandun yung aking buong lesson plan. So, makikita niya pa rin po iyon. Alright? Next. Objective number 3. Okay, applied a range of teaching strategies to develop critical and creative thinking as well as other higher order thinking skills. Ang attachment din po nito ay kaparehas lang. So, rating sheet or inter-observer agreement form, lesson plan. Again, the lesson plan should be highlighted and it should address the objective number 3. Okay, it should address objective number 3. Okay. Next, tapos na tayo sa KRA 1. We now have KRA 2. Ganun ulit, pwede po tayo maglagay ng cover page doon sa ating KRA 2. Then we write learning, environment, and diversity of learners. Okay? So, cover page lang po iyan. After KRA 2, then we have objective number 4. Manage classroom structure to engage learners individually or in groups in meaningful exploration, discovery, and hands-on activities within a range of physical learning environments. So, sa objective 4, ganun pa rin po. Rating sheet and inter-observer agreement form and lesson plan. Yun lang din po yung ina-attach ko. And then, the difference is, we have to highlight objective number 4. Okay? Next, objective number 5, manage learner behavior constructively by applying positive and non-violent discipline. So, dito sa objective 5, rating sheet or inter-observer agreement form. Okay? Ito po ay walang kasamang lesson plan. Kasi po, yung objective natin na manage learner behavior constructively by applying positive and non-violent discipline is not found in the lesson plan. It is neither found on the instructional material. Saan siya nakikita? Ang nakakakita talaga sa kanya ay ang ating observer. So, if the rater gives you, or if the observer gives you a high rating for this one, then that means that you showed strategies on managing learner behavior constructively by applying positive and nonviolent discipline. Nakita siguro iyon ni observer. Pero, ang problem, kasi doon sa ating RPMS tool, dapat may nakasulat si observer, may notes from the observer, kung ano yung nakita niya na mga strategies ni teacher sa pag-apply ng positive and non-violent discipline para mag-manage ng learner behavior. So, ang sabi doon, with notes on the 4 strategies used by the teacher. Pero dahil nga po, hindi naman talaga nalalagyan. Siguro, ang dami nang ginagawa ni rater. Tapos, syempre, minsan kapag nag-o-observe ay, hindi mo na natututukan lahat. Kasi ang daming nangyayari sa loob ng classroom. So, siguro yung mga sulat nila, gulo-gulo na lang, no? Yung sulat nila, sila lang yung nakakaintindi. At minsan, merong na-skip sila. So, understandable naman din yun. Pero, kung nakita niya yung rating at mataas, siguro nakita din yun talaga ni observer. Pero, kung kaya po ni observer na magsulat lang din doon ng notes about applying positive and non-violent discipline strategies ni teacher, pwede din po naman maglagay. No one is preventing you from doing so. If you can write something on the observation notes, dun sa may comments, dun sa rating sheet, pwede nyo po yun ilagay. No one is stopping you to do that. Okay? Mas maganda po yun para mas makita rin po ng teacher kung ano yung kanyang nagamit na strategies na nakita po ninyo nung kayo ay nag-observe. Okay, next. Objective number 6. Use differentiated development to the appropriate learning experiences to address learners' gender, needs, strengths, interests, and experiences. Okay, dito po sa Objective 6 ay, ang ina-attach po natin ay rating sheet or inter-observer agreement form, dalawa lang po. And this will be coming from Classroom Observations 1 and 3. Okay, and there should be an LP highlighting a total of 4 differentiated teaching strategies in the lesson. Bakit po ganon? Tingnan po natin itong indicator list natin. Ang atin pong Objective 6, dito sa ating indicator list ay may dalawang check lamang. Ibig sabihin po, 2 times i-observe ang indicator na ito. And that would be during observation periods 1 and 3 only. So, kung observation periods 1 and 3 lang siya gagamitin, then that means that we can only submit 2 rating sheets. Kapag ka observation number 2 and number 4, hindi yan nilalagyan ng rating ni observer. Blank lang po yan. May ibang mga nagtatanong, teacher ads, nilalagyan po ng aming rater ng check yung NO. Hindi po para doon ang NO. Ang NO po ay not observed. Posible din naman na not observed siya nung time na yon kasi nga, hindi naman nag-prepare si teacher for it. Pero, kung halimbawa po na kailangan siyang i-observe nung araw na yun, halimbawa ay observation 1 po tayo ngayon. Kung observation 1 at hindi naipakita ni teacher yung differentiated, yung objective natin ito, hindi na-address ni teacher, ibig sabihin, ang score niya po ay NO. Okay? Doon po siya magiging NO kasi not observed. And NO is equivalent to 3, which is the lowest rating that a proficient teacher could get. Okay? So, pero kung halimbawa sa observation period number 2, di ba po, black yan? Yung black na yan, ibig sabihin, hindi po siya ino-observe dapat for observation period number 2. Hindi po NO ang magiging score niya. Blank lang po talaga kasi po, hindi naman siya rated for that specific observation period. Okay? We don't have to check NO. Okay? So, sa observation period number 3, we will rate it again. And then for observation period number 4, we will leave it blank. Okay? So, ganun po ang ating objective number 6. So, balikan natin. Rating sheet, dalawa po, or inter-observer agreement form from Classroom Observation 1 and Classroom Observation 3. LP highlighting a total of 4 differentiated teaching strategies in the 2 lessons. Pag sinabi pong 4 differentiated teaching strategies in the 2 lessons, ibig sabihin kung halimbawa sa observation period number 1, hindi na ipakita ni teacher yung objective 6. So, NO siya doon. Hindi yan na-observe. Diba? Pero, sa second observation naman, sa observation period number 3, nagpakita siya ng 4 na differentiated, developmentally appropriate learning experiences. Kung ano hinahanap ng objective, naipakita niya yon. Kung naipakita niya po iyon, then, kung 4 yung naipakita niya doon, okay pa rin. Kasi ang hinahanap po ay a total of 4 differentiated teaching strategies in the 2 lessons. Teacher ads, paano kung may dalawa sa observation 1 at may dalawa sa observation 3? Pwede ba yon? Opo, pwede po. Basta po ang total ay 4. Teacher, paano kung isa sa observation period number 1 and then dalawa lang sa observation period number 3? So, 3 yung total lang. So, bababa po. Hindi po ito makaka-5. 4 po yung kanyang magiging score sa efficiency. Okay? So, kung isa lang po, edi magiging 2 naman yung kanyang makukuha. So, titingin lang po tayo doon sa efficiency para sa ating RPMS tool. Kung isang beses, 2, 3, 4 na beses niyang 4 na differentiated teaching strategies yung nagawa niya doon sa 2 lessons na yon, may katapat po iyon na rating para sa efficiency. Okay, next. Okay, next is KRA3. So, we again have to insert a cover page. So KRA 3, curriculum and planning. Next is objective number 7. Objective number 7 is planned, managed, and implemented developmentally sequenced teaching and learning processes to meet curriculum requirements and varied teaching contexts. So, ito pong objective number 7 ay katulad lang din ng objective number 1. 4 na beses din po siya ni-rate, so parehas lang po ng attachment. But again, we have to highlight the part which addresses objective number 7. Next. Objective number 8, participated in collegial discussions that use teacher and learner feedback to enrich teaching practice. So, tatandaan po natin na ang objective 8 ay may hinihingi. Ang sabi po dito, dapat ay discussion ito that use teacher and learner feedback to enrich teaching practice. Okay? So, pwede pong ang ating i-attach dito ay for personal notes, LAC or FGD, on teacher-learner feedback with proof of attendance. So, pwedeng nag-note si teacher. Ang pinag-usapan nila sa LAC session ay tungkol sa teacher and learner feedback. Okay, so nag-note si teacher na natutunan niya doon at kung paano niya i-apply sa kanyang pagtuturo yung natutunan niya doon sa LAC na yon. Then, those notes can be used as attachment for objective 8 and there should be proof of attendance for all those 4 different LAC sessions. Iba-ibang LAC sessions po baka mamaya 4 na notes, isang LAC session lang in-attendan nyo. Hindi po pwede yun. Dapat po dapat isang note per isang LAC. Okay? 1 note per LAC session. Okay? 4 notes for 4 LAC sessions. Okay? Or, kung hindi naman po personal notes, pwede rin naman 4 minutes of LAC on objective 8 with proof of attendance din. So, kung wala kayong personal notes, di ba may minutes naman po yon. Tapos, basta lang dapat yung LAC session na ito ay tungkol sa teacher and learner feedback to enrich teaching practice. Or, kung hindi pa rin naman po yan yung meron kayong halo, personal notes at minutes, pwede rin po yon. Pwedeng mixed. Pwede pong notes plus minutes as long as 4 different sessions. Baka mamaya nag-notes na kayo, nag-minutes pa kayo sa isang session, tapos in-attach nyo na yun. Di dalawa lang po yung session na yun. So, dapat po 4 different sessions. So, pwedeng sa first 2 LAC sessions ay 2 notes ang inyong ipapasa. Doon sa third and fourth LAC sessions, minutes naman ang inyong ipapasa. Okay? Pwede po yun. Next. Objective number 9. Selected, developed, organized, and used appropriate teaching and learning resources including ICT to address learning goals. Ito po ay isa lang ang kailangan natin na rating sheet or inter-observer agreement form. And that would be coming from classroom observation number 2. At isang lesson plan lang din po yung ating i-attach. Siyempre, yung ginamit din po natin doon sa ating observation na iyon. Okay? Bakit isa lang, Teacher Ads? Kasi, ito pong objective 9 sa ating indicator list ay objective number 8. Indicator number 8. Magkaiba po kasi ng tawag. Dito sa ating RPMS tool, objective yung ating tawag. Pero po sa ating classroom observation tool, indicator po yung tawag sa kanila. So, dito po sa ating indicator list, COT indicator number 8 po siya. Okay? So, select, develop. Titingnan nyo na lang po yung, yung mismong indicator or yung objective na select, develop, organize. Tapos dito naman po selected, developed, organized. Okay. Parehas lang naman sila. Pero, yung number lang yung magkaiba. So, wag po sana tayong malilito doon. Ang ating COT indicator number 8, which is also objective number 9 in the RPMS tool, is observed once only. And that is during classroom observation period number 2. So, isang beses lang po siyang naka-check. Again, for observation periods 1, 3, and 4, there should be no rating for this indicator. Hindi rin po NO. Blank lang po. Okay? So, kaya po, isa lang po yung hinahanap natin. One rating sheet or inter-observer agreement form and one lesson plan lang. Okay? Next, KRE 4, assessment and reporting. Hello, mic test. Okay, so, excuse me. KRA 4, assessment and reporting. So, yun po, meron ulit tayong cover page for the next KRA, assessment and reporting. After that, we have Objective 10, designed, selected, organized, and used diagnostic, formative, and summative assessment strategies consistent with curriculum requirements. Okay? Ito pong Objective 10 natin ay isang beses lang din po ulit ino-observe. So, isang rating sheet or inter-observer agreement form lang po ang ating ilalagay at isang lesson plan na ginamit natin doon sa observation number 4 na nag-highlight ng Objective 10. Okay? So, bakit isa lang? Kasi po sa ating indicator list, ulit po, ang ating Objective 10 ay indicator number 9 sa ating classroom observation tool and it is observed during observation period number 4. So, isang beses lang po siya, kaya isang rating sheet or inter-observer agreement form lang from classroom observation number 4 at isang lesson plan lang din. Okay? Next, Objective number 11. Monitored and evaluated learner progress and achievement using learner attainment data. Ano naman yung mga kailangan dito? Ito po ay ang mga sumusunod. Compilation of a learner's written work with summary of results with signature of parents. Isang learner lang po ito. 1 quarter lang din. So, halimbawa, si learner, first quarter yung kinuha niyo sa kanya, written work niya with summary of results with signature of parents. Sa isang quarter lang yun, kunyari po yan ay first quarter. Next is formative assessment. Isang quarter lang din po, so posibleng galing yan sa second quarter. Next is diagnostic or summative with TOS. 1 quarter lang din. Class record grading sheet. 1 quarter lang din, 1 section only. Next is LP showing index of mastery. Pwedeng observed po or hindi observed yung lesson plan na to as long as it is showing the index of mastery. Ito pong ating objective number 11 ay may timeliness po. So, dahil may timeliness siya, it should be across the 4 quarters. So, different quarters siya. Bakit ganun, teacher ads? Bakit kailangan na 1 quarter lang? Pampakapal na naman po yan kasi kapag every quarter. Eh, yung document po na yan, katulad na lang ng compilation ng learner's written work, kapag 4 na quarters yan at ang dami-dami, ang kapal na po ng ating ipapa-photocopy. So, 1 quarter lang po is enough. Anyway, sampling naman po tayo ng ginagawa natin for the whole school year. Hindi naman po lahat ng lesson plan naka-attach. Lahat mula first quarter hanggang fourth quarter naka-attach. Kaya ang bigat-bigat talaga ng box ni teacher kasi ipinasama lahat ng lesson plan. Hindi naman po kailangan yon. Sampling lang po tayo. Okay? So, next po. Okay, objective number 12. Communicated promptly and clearly the learner's needs, progress, and achievement to key stakeholders including parents or guardians. Okay? So, ano yung mga attachment dito? Ito yung isa po sa mga changes na hindi ko nasama sa updates na wala sa isip ko. Actually, hindi ko nakita rin to agad. Pero nakita ko siya nung gumagawa na rin ng mga sumunod. Ang nakalagay po kasi dati at least 3 samples of 3 corrected test papers of 3 learners, blah blah. Ang daming 3 nun eh. Nakalimutan ko na nga eh kasi ito na yung gusto ko kasi mas madali. Kasi nakalagay po dito, at least 4 samples of corrected test papers of 1 learner in 1 learning area with parents or guardian signature and date of receipt. So, kunyari, may isang bata na lang, hindi na po 3. Isang bata, kanyang periodic test from first quarter to fourth quarter, pwede ko po yun isama. Okay? First quarter to fourth quarter, pwede ko siyang isama. Ngayon, ito pong aking corrected test paper na to ng isang learner ay may pirma ng magulang at date of receipt, meron po akong 4 na sample niya. Per quarter po yan. So, from first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter. Okay? Nung isang bata lang po sabihin nyo, Teacher Ad, sabi mo kanina sampling, tapos ngayon gusto mo 4 quarters na. Kasi po, isang learner naman po itong ating tinitingnan. Okay? Hindi po lahat ng learners ay isasama natin sa ating portfolio. Isang learner lang po. At yung kanyang result lang, samples lang ng kanyang corrected test paper sa 4 na quarters. Mas konti po yun. Kaysa sa buong mundo, isama po natin. Okay, next. Minutes of PTA meetings or PTC in all quarters with proof of attendance. Okay? So, ginagawa naman po natin ito. Teacher, paano yan? Wala akong advisory class. Paano ako magkakaroon ng minutes ng PTA meetings? Hindi lang naman po ang mga advisors ang may karapatang magpatawag ng parents. Kunyari po tayo ay subject teacher at may problema sa atin ang bata na yon. Hindi po ba pwede rin naman tayong magpatawag ng parent? So, magkakaroon pa rin po tayo ng PTC. Parent-teacher conference pa rin naman po ang tawag doon kapag nagpatawag tayo ng magulang. So, dapat po may minutes po tayo at may proof of attendance. So, papirmahin nyo po yung parent na pinapunta ninyo kung kanyo po ay subject teacher. Okay? Mas pa nga po yun mas targeted yung learner. Kung sino yung gusto mong i-communicate yung needs niya or progress niya or achievement niya sa kanyang parent. Kasi isa lang po yun. Okay? Next. 1 report card with parents or guardian signature in all quarters supported by minutes of the meeting. So, isang report card lang po ang i-attach natin. Hindi na po kailangan ng maraming report cards na i-attach. Okay? Next. Yung report card naman po kapag in-attach natin yan, isang report card lang pero may first to fourth quarter na po yan, so wala pong problema. Next, communication with parent or guardians using various modalities. So, ang nire-recommend ko po dito ay ang ating isang PPST Resource Package module sa objective number 12. Meron po doong communication card decks at saka meron din po anecdotal din doon. Pwede rin po ninyong gamitin. So, communication with parents or guardians using various modalities and anecdotal record, I recommend you to use the objective 12 PPST Resource Package module. Okay, so may mga maganda pong helpful na document doon. Okay, meron din po itong timeliness, so everything must be distributed across 4 quarters. Comparing to objective number 11, mas madali pong i-gather ito ng first to fourth quarter kasi isang paper pa rin naman siya, isang document lang naman din siya, at isang piraso lang naman din karaniwan. Like report card, isang piraso lang siya. Itong communication with parents or guardians using various modalities, pwede naman isang paper lang siya, tapos nakalagay lang doon, naka-indicate ko anong quarter. So, pwedeng naka-distribute yun across 4 quarters. Okay? So, pwede po natin iyan gawin. Next. Nandito na po tayo sa KRA number 5. And KRA number 5 is about plus factor. Plus factor, dito sa atin, lagyan din natin ng cover sheet. Okay? And then, just write KRA 5 plus factor. And then objective 13, perform various related works or activities that contribute to the teaching and learning process. Yan po yung ating mga MOV na pwedeng i-attach. Lagi po nating tatandaan na kapag objective number 13 or plus factor ang pinag-uusapan natin, hindi po pwede na part ng trabaho natin tapos i-attach natin. Kunyari, si teacher ay SPA. Siya po ay nagtuturo ng journalism. Pero kasama yun sa kanyang load. Kasi, di ba kapag po teacher tayo ng journalism, part po yun ng load. Meron tayong tinatanggal na isang load natin at ipinapalit yung pagiging journalism teacher natin. So, kapag yun po, tapos tungkol sa journalism yung kanyang ilalagay doon, part po yun ng work niya, hindi po siya plus factor. Kasi part yun ng kanyang load. So, hindi pwede na ilagay doon yun. Okay? Pero kung halimbawa po ay hindi siya part ng trabaho mo, halimbawa, ikaw ay teacher, complete ang iyong load. Tapos ikaw ay may coordinatorship pa, dagdag doon sa iyong load. Plus factor po iyon. Okay? Kung halimbawa ikaw ay nag-coach ng mentor and learner sa competition, hindi mo naman yung trabaho kasi kompleto naman yung load mo eh. Di, plus factor yon. Okay? So kapag hindi po siya part ng trabaho mo, tapos nagko-contribute sa teaching and learning process, hindi siya part ng load mo, tapos nagko-contribute siya sa teaching and learning process, then that means that it is considered plus factor. Pero, tatandaan din po natin na hindi pwedeng isang type of document lang para sa lahat. Dapat po ay different kinds. Okay? So, yun po yung ating tatandaan dito sa ating objective number 13. Tingnan po natin ito. Plus factor, nakalagay po dyan, submitted 4 different kinds of acceptable MOV. Different kinds, ibig sabihin po ay iba-iba. Okay? So, kung halimbawa ang efficiency, for efficiency, ito po kasi nakalagay, submitted 4 different kinds of acceptable MOV. Tapos yung efficiency ay ganun. Ang pinasa niya lang po ay 4 na committee involvement. Okay? Dapat po iba-iba. Okay? Kung 4 na committee involvement yung pinasa niya, dito lang din po yun magfo-fall eh. Any one of the acceptable MOV. Diba po? Kaya dapat po ay iba-iba ang kanyang i-attach. Okay? So, for you to be better equipped on how to rate the portfolio, of course, you have to watch my other videos. Panoorin nyo po yon para po maliwanagan din po kayo kung ano yung inyong dapat hanapin kapag tayo po ay nagre-rate at kung ano naman po yung dapat ninyong i-prepare kung kayo po mismo yung teacher na magpe-prepare ng inyong document. Okay? So, ayun lang po ang ating kailangan gawin para dito sa ating mga objectives. Okay? So, sana po ay naliwanagan kayo kung ano ang inyong ilalagay dito sa ating portfolio para po sa proficient teachers. So, before I end, I would just like to thank all those who have subscribed. Thank you very much po. At lumalaki na po ang bilang ng ating subscribers. Nasa 16,700 na po. So, thank you very much po sa lahat ng mga nag-subscribe. And sana po ay nakakatulong sa inyo ang mga videos na aking ina-upload. So, shout out! Shout out po sa lahat ng mga teachers na sa aking mga hindi, wag na pala. Naiya mag-shout out. Okay, so thank you very much po sa inyong patuloy na panonood. Sana po ay nagbe-benefit kayo sa panonood ng aking mga videos. At sana po ay may natututunan tayo sa isa't isa. So thank you very much po for watching. Once again, I am Teacher Ads and I will be your guide in understanding the RPM and PTSD. Bye!